Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are to learn matrix. A matrix is a rectangular grid of numbers. So you can see that the two square brackets outside the numbers, and inside the square bracket, you have the numbers represented in rows and columns. They are arranged in order, and we always describe a matrix in terms of its dimension, or in simple English, the size. So we describe a matrix in terms of rows and column, and we always count the number of rows first before we count the number of columns. So rows, we know that is across. I believe this is your row 1. And this is your row 2. So I believe you have 2 rows altogether in this matrix, and we have the first number representing the number of rows we have in this matrix. Additionally, we are to count the number of columns. So columns are in the vertical direction. So this is your column 1. This is your column 2. And the last, you have these 2 elements in column 3. And let's use the number 3 to represent the number of columns, and always that we always to mention the number of rows first before number of columns. And the two numbers are separated by this multiplication sign. In word, we say by. So the order of this matrix is 2 by 3. Moving on, if I would like to describe the position of this element or entry in the matrix, how would you describe its position? Remember, if you are to recall Cartesian plane, we use 2 values to represent a specific point. You have the movement along the horizontal and vertical direction. So in this case, we are to use 2 values to represent this 5. So remember, in matrix, we are to talk in terms of its row and column. And always remember, we are to describe row first before the column. So we are specifying an element or entry. So this lowercase a indicates an element or an entry. And we are to describe the row that this 5 is at. So I believe is in row 2. So you have this subscript 2 followed by the column number, I believe is another 2. So this A22, we can equate it to 5. Let's take another example. If I would like to describe this 3, how would you describe this 3? So we have element A, and then you are to describe the row that this 3 is located on. So I believe it's located on row 1 and column 3. So A13 is 3. In a similar way, you are able to locate each element in a matrix.